Hi, my name is Ben Sherman. Today I'm going to be demonstrating a science lesson that I prepared for you. The objective here is to tell the difference between fogs and clouds and how they form. One of my students in a class has a cognitive disability, and because of that, I tend to use a lot of visuals and hands-on activities. I begin my lesson by distributing post-it notes to each student in the class and asking them to write down one thing that they know about fogs or clouds or how they form. After doing so, they complete the post-it note and put it and stick it to the board. After everyone has completed and stuck their post-it note to the board, I then walk over to the board and pull post-it notes off at random, and I read their post-it notes. This creates for a discussion as well as a lot of information being given to them. I use this as my motivation because it's very interesting, and also a lot of students get to hear from their peers. From there, I will show a video. I show a video that has fog first. As you can see, fog is more towards the ground. And I'll explain that when the warm air hits the cold air, condensation is formed and you can see fog. Then later on in the video, these are clouds. I explain that clouds you will see in the sky as opposed to the fog that you will see more towards the ground. Okay, so that is the video that I will show. From there, I have the experiment. Now, this experiment is great because anyone at home can do it. What we have here is two water bottles. They have marked off the equal lines. All right, I have a small bowl of warm water, and I have another bowl of room temperature water, and I have some ice. Now, to start off any science lab, I always stress the safety, whether we're working with just some hot water, or working with gas or flames or any sharp object. Safety is always number one when working in the lab. Okay, so I'm going to just start by pouring the warm water into and up to the line. Okay, I'll put that up there, and I'll put the room temperature water. I'll fill it up to the same line as well, so they're equal. Okay, and then from there you go. I'll put one ice cube on top. This would be the warm bottle, and the second bottle I'm covering is the room temperature bottle. Now, if we can have a zoom in on the two bottles, please. As you can see, this bottle, nothing is happening because it's a room temperature water. And as you can see, I don't know if it's going to come out too clearly, but you can see that condensation is starting to form on the bottle. Now, this is because the warm air is represented by the water, and the cool is represented by the ice cube. So that's where the condensation forms, and you have fog or cloud being formed. All right, if we pan out, and after that, we go over to the questions. Now, I've prepared 4 questions that will be following the lab, and number 1, it says, how does your research on the fog link to your findings that the fog formed in the bottle with the warm water? Number 2, what do you think would happen if you repeated this experiment with several soda bottles with different temperatures? Describe the types of water you would use and what you feel would happen. Number 3, how does this experiment link to real-life situations with fog? What does each variable and control in the experiment represent in the real world? And the last one, what other variables could you add to this experiment besides the temperature of the water? How would it affect the results? Explain your answer. Okay, so students would complete this, and as you can see, there's more fog being formed up. And after that, if we come back, pan around, I'll complete with this little video.
Where does the water that forms rain come from? How about fog? Where does that come from? Have you ever been asked these questions by people, especially those kids who keep asking, why? Has someone ever told you that the water falling as snow has always been here? Or that the water we use was once dinosaur blood? Or that we are drinking someone's sweat, or worse yet, drinking someone else's gulp?
Okay, so that was not the video in its entirety, just for the purposes of this demonstration, but I would conclude the lesson with that video. Now, a lesson like this with an activity such as so can be done at home with friends, family, to show them, and educate everybody else and show them what they did in school today. So, thank you so much, and I appreciate your time, and hope to see you soon.